In the shadows of cyber espionage, few names stand out like Rim Jong-hyuk, a North Korean hacker turned alleged cyber spy master. Operating under the alias Ariel, Hyuk is accused of leading a brazen campaign of international espionage, ransomware attacks, and military theft, all to fund North Korea's weapons programs. Subscribe to the channel and help us keep exposing stories like this. Now, let's dive in. According to a 2024 U.S. indictment, Hyuk orchestrated a major cyber attack that began in 2022. His team breached 4 U.S. defense contractors, stealing blueprints for warships, fighter jets, and missile systems, all to fast-track North Korea's banned military development. They didn't stop there. Bases like Robbins and Randolph Air Force were hit, exposing logistical data and system vulnerabilities. Even NASA wasn't safe. 17 gigabytes of satellite research and designs were exfiltrated, aiding North Korea's intercontinental missile ambitions. To bankroll these operations, Hyuk's group launched ransomware attacks on U.S. hospitals. In Kansas, they shut down life-saving medical devices until the hospital paid $120,000 in crypto. That money flowed through Chinese banks and crypto mixers, making it nearly untraceable. The human cost? At least 3 preventable deaths, a chilling reminder of the real-world impact of cybercrime. Hyuk operated under North Korea's Reconnaissance General Bureau, the same agency behind the Sony hack and WannaCry attack. He used living-off-the-land techniques, blending in with real network tools, sending fake job offers laced with malware, and even planting tracking devices in export shipments. South Korea was also hit with stolen designs of the K-2 tank and KF-21 fighter jet. These breaches helped North Korea make major strides in radar-evading aircraft and armor-piercing weapons. In 2024, the U.S. unsealed an indictment, offered a $10 million reward, and froze crypto wallets tied to Hyuk. The NSA and FBI issued global alerts, and South Korea revealed insiders, including a military officer, had been selling data using spy gadgets and crypto on Telegram. U.S.-South Korea cooperation led to $2 million in crypto seizures and the takedown of malware servers in Southeast Asia. Forensics showed Hyuk's group used AI-powered phishing and deepfake voicemails to trick employees. Infection rates skyrocketed. Copycat attacks surged, and his ransomware-as-a-service model was adopted by cybercriminals worldwide. Hyuk's campaign wasn't just about money. It aimed to bypass sanctions by stealing intellectual property and reverse engineering foreign tech, cutting years off weapons development time. Analysts say Hyuk's just the tip of the iceberg. North Korea reportedly employs over 6,000 cyber operatives and earns $2 billion annually from cybercrime, funding nearly half its nuclear weapons program. The international response is slow. Chinese front companies continue to launder funds, and crypto mixers obscure trails. Experts urge stricter blockchain regulations and sanctions on countries sheltering cybercriminals. The international community is strongly tested against this threat. China's inability to shut down the North Korean front companies in Shenzhen facilitates continued malware distribution, and cryptocurrency tumblers on decentralized finance platforms obscure financial traceability. Proposed solutions are blockchain analysis regulations for exchanges and harsher sanctions on the countries harboring cybercriminals. Briefly stated, Rim Jong-hyuk's tale is the new world of war on a global scale, a world where keyboard commands direct cannon fire and pilfered data is deadlier than lead. While democracies construct walls of cyber protection, Pyongyang learns, employing desperation and technological guile to short the cyber shields. The cyber burglar who sold out to the North Koreans is cautionary tale and clarion call, a reminder that this information age demands our wakefulness. Hyuk's prosecution represents a benchmark in U.S. counterintelligence policy. Prosecutors, for the first time, indicted a North Korean operative who engaged in both ransomware funding and cyber espionage, indicating an interest in pursuing personal responsibility. The Justice Department collaborated with Interpol to extradite arrest warrants worldwide, albeit analysts acknowledge that Hyuk presumably remains in North Korea under protection by the state. U.S.-South Korea intelligence cooperation played a crucial role in uncovering Hyuk's operation. By correlating blockchain transactions with tracked RGB messages, investigators detected patterns that directed ransomware payments to individual hacking operations. This resulted in the virtual currency seizure of $2 million and the shutdown of Southeast Asia-based malware command servers. The human toll in lives that these attacks inflicted was brought horrifyingly into perspective in the Kansas hospital attack. ER doctors described racing to care for critical care patients with no electronic records and monitors, and at least 3 preventable fatalities. Cybersecurity professionals denounced the attacks as a slap in the face to global standards, with North Korea being one of the few nations that have used ransomware to assault healthcare infrastructure. Rim Jong-hyuk's story is a wake-up call. It is a warning from experts that Hyuk's situation is only the North Korean cyber tip of the iceberg. UN reports confirm Pyongyang has more than 6,000 cyber offenders working in the employ of North Korea's cyber warfare agency and earning $2 billion a year as cyber espionage and cryptocurrency heists profits. Those dollars, it is claimed, pay for 40% of the nation's nuclear weapons program development, a cybercrime and weapons makes cycle neatly ensconced within itself. Forensics showed Hyuk's group used AI-powered phishing and deepfake voicemails to trick employees. Infection rates skyrocketed. Copycat attacks surged, and his ransomware-as-a-service model was adopted by cybercriminals worldwide. Hyuk's campaign wasn't just about money, it aimed to bypass sanctions by stealing intellectual property and reverse engineering foreign tech, cutting years off weapons development time. Analysts say Hyuk's just the tip of the iceberg. North Korea reportedly employs over 6,000 cyber operatives and earns $2 billion annually from cybercrime, funding nearly half its nuclear weapons program. The international response is slow. Chinese front companies continue to launder funds, and crypto mixers obscure trails. Experts urge stricter blockchain regulations and sanctions on countries sheltering cybercriminals. Rim Jong-hyuk's story is a wake-up call. In today's world, stolen data can be deadlier than bullets. Democracies must stay vigilant because Pyongyang is watching and learning. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more stories they don't want you to know.